Today's guest is a time-traveling, gender-bending, truth-speaking force of nature. Star Amerasu isn't just living her journey, she's rewriting what it means to survive, create, and shine in spite of it all. From psychedelic philosophy to trans joy to deep-sea squids, this episode is as magical and multi-dimensional as she is.
Is this thing on? Ready for my close-up. Period. You kind of give Xena vibes.
Xena from
Warrior Princess.
Yeah, I get that all the time. Well, I love that. I love that.
Well, because
live action, that's me. Live action, let's do it.
I could see you giving like a whole Xena type of tease on TV.
I love you.
Future. We'll manifest
I love
it.
you.
We're just talking
Are you
about
single?
it. It's part of the magic.
Are you single?
I am.
Okay.
Yes,
Good to know.
Yes, Amerasu is my last name.
Yes.
And it's a funny story. I just accidentally changed my name to that. I thought there's a goddess, Amaterasu. It's like a Shinto goddess, Japanese goddess. And when I went to legally change my name, I was like 19. I spelled it wrong. And then just stuck with it.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I love the Amerasu.
Amerasu.
Okay, but why did you name yourself Star? What's the T behind
it came to me in a dream, and I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm Star. But people think it's like, oh, like, yeah, you are a star. And I'm like, no, like, not like Hollywood star, but like part of the cosmos.
Oh my gosh, I love
like a
you.
drip of starshine in the sky.
Yeah, so you're a spiritual person.
Very much that.
Yeah, and you believe, we were just talking about star signs and all that kind of fun stuff. Yeah, so you believe in that.
I'm kind of an esoteric doll.
Explain.
Well, I believe in the esoteric powers of the beyond.
You need to tell me what esoteric means because I'm a little slow.
Esoteric is like when things that are like outside of the norm, there's like a spiritual element to it.
Yeah.
Esoteric practices of like witchcraft and wizardry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're super into that, right? Okay, and we're talking about star signs. So what's your star sign again?
I'm an Aries.
Okay, and I'm a Leo. And are we compatible?
We are compatible.
In love?
Fire. We are compatible in love.
I keep flirting with her, you guys. She's
love
so
it.
beautiful.
I'm like, you're so beautiful.
Her.
What the heck?
Like sweat and stuff. Okay, yeah, you're an angel. I love you. But I'm really excited to have you here. You are doing amazing things. So you do comedy, you do DJing, acting.
Yes.
You do everything. And we were just talking about prior about you maybe doing a variety show.
Yes, that's the goal. It's the Star show. It's a journey with Star.
Yeah, is that the name of it?
Yeah, that's the name.
Yes, okay. So explain what's going to be happening throughout the show. If you can give us a little bit of the tea.
I'll give you a little tea.
Yeah.
No, but you take my idea.
No one can take the idea. No, you know what? Stamped already.
It's mine.
Yeah.
It's me.
Yeah.
And then I play characters like Carol Burnett.
Yes. Like the old school.
Old school.
Yeah.
I want to go like from the 60s, 70s vibes.
Oh, I love that.
It's like me, characters.
Yeah.
And then like with the guests, we might play a little like moment, do a little skit together.
Yeah.
Sing a song.
Okay. Can I come on?
Yeah, you're on. You're booked, babes.
Wait, so we would be dressed up?
In costumes.
Oh my gosh, I love you. So what did you start off doing? Was it the DJing? Was it the acting? Was it singing? Because I heard you sing to my dog earlier a little bit and I was like, oh, she got some pipes on her.
I was born at a very young age.
Yeah.
And from then on, I just sort of wanted to be a ham. Do you know that phrase?
No.
Being a ham is like where you take the piss out of sort of everything.
Yeah. Oh, a little British phrasing in there. I see what you're doing.
I know
Yeah.
So then I feel like as a kid, I always wanted to sort of be silly. And I think I learned that I could make people laugh, and they were like, we're a part of the journey together. So I just started making people laugh pretty young. And then I wanted to sing. I loved singing. My mom used to sing to me when I was a baby. I think that really, got into my head. And so I joined choir when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And then I was in choirs, and then I was doing theater. And so now my life is sort of a synthesis of those two things. Like I do music on one side, and then I do sort of theatrical things on the other side. And I'm really happy about that. I found a way to finally bring it back all together.
I was reading, I think it's 17 or something like that you had a roommate and then they kicked you out.
Yes.
Because you found yourself and they didn't like it, maybe.
Yeah, it was kind of dramatic. Honestly, shout out to her. I'll say her name. We can bleep it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to...
It's just like blog
No,
bleeps.
you know what? Honestly, it was crazy. I was like living in her house, and I was already gay. Like I came out as gay when I was like 13. So I had been myself. And then I didn't think it was that far of a stretch to be like, oh, I'm trans. And most of my friends were pretty receptive, and she was not. She actually like called me an abomination and like all these things that gave me like 2 weeks to leave her house. And I was like, you know what, period. I'm going to go. And I went to San Francisco. But honestly, I wouldn't change that situation because it really pushed me to discover myself in San Francisco and the art scene in San Francisco. And like, being there, I would have taken longer to leave the nest, I think. Yeah,
she kind of gave you like the shove that you needed.
Like, okay, well, it's like my family had already sort of had me be by myself since I was like 16. So I think I was already very independent, but I was living in my hometown still in Austin. And then losing my best friend at the time was like, okay, like time to go.
Yeah. Oh, losing. Okay. So just saying
losing
goodbye.
one of my best friends. Yeah.
Okay. I thought she died too. I was like, oh my God.
No, well, losing her in terms of, well, that's not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
And I left and I went to San Francisco. I never looked back.
Well, I always say, like, I say it in my book too. Yes, I'm plugging that as well. But like all the trauma that you go through, I wouldn't change a thing either. Like not a single thing, because even like the worst parts of your life, like I would want to relive it over and over again because of how it shaped us now. And you probably love yourself now, right?
Yes.
Like you can tell you have such wonderful confidence and energy about you. I'm just going to keep flirting with you. I'm sorry if I make you uncomfortable.
Thank you. It's not uncomfortable.
I think I'm in love with you.
I consent.
Yeah. No, but I'm proud of you. Like without sounding like condescending, because we just met each other or whatever. Yeah. But like, I love seeing people go through something like that. Like, because you were essentially maybe homeless by that point.
Yeah, it was like, you just have to figure it out. I stayed in a hostel in San Francisco for like a month, and then I got a place. And then I was so young, I wasn't thinking. I think that's the interesting thing. It's like when you're young and you go through something, you're fully just surviving. And I think it's later that you feel the like effects of like traumatic situations. You're like, oh, that was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Dang, like, okay. Me and my therapist have worked through it.
I was actually just about to say, do you do therapy and stuff?
I did a lot of therapy, especially when I was young. And I think when you're trying to get hormones and things, you have to go through therapy. And so I did a lot of therapy. I think I've done more therapy than most of people in the world. Yeah.
And you liked it though. It helped you a lot.
I did. I enjoyed talking about my feelings. I would say like our whole society is messed up because we don't have like emotional learning. I think if we had like, imagine like grade 1, you have like emotions class all the way through high school, different world. We live in a completely different world if everyone just had a class where we talked about our feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And I say that too, is our generation, we were raised to kind of like, if we fell over, just get back up and keep walking. Whereas this generation's, they are more open to talking about their feelings. But unfortunately, we come from one where they're just like, shut the fuck up and keep going.
Exactly. And I think it's weird.
It is weird.
And also I'm thinking like, as we move forward, we kind of can shape the world how we want to. So I think us like talking about it and being aware. And I think the weirdest thing is like people who are in power right now all across the globe, these like octogenarian, like old ass people, they think that they're not emotional, but they're completely like changing the shape of our world based on their emotions. Yeah. Often hate, that's an emotion. Fear of others, that's an emotion. And they're completely ruining our world. And I think that they don't realize that like they're being super emotional.
Yeah. How do you feel about, I hate to be political or whatever, but how do you feel in America right now? Like just as a trans woman, right? I feel like you guys get attacked left and right recently. And it like is getting like,
it's a hot button item, but the dolls have always kind of been like a hot button item secretly. Yeah. And I think it's so weird because in the 20s and the 30s, it was kind of an amazing feat. Like when trans people were in the media early on, it was very much like, this is an astounding feat of science. Like, and I still agree with that sentiment. I personally think that like trans people show the world how interesting it can be to be different. And also the fusion of like being able to access like technology to sort of transition. Like I had all of my surgeries and things, and I think 100 years ago, it would have been a different way of transitioning. It was so easy for me to transition.
Really?
And I didn't experience any like trauma from that experience. It was actually a beautiful experience. Yeah. It's the trauma from the world and people. That's the only problems I've ever had.
I'm learning along with what you're saying right now, because I haven't really asked questions like like this before, you know, and I have a lot of trans friends. I just never know if it's like appropriate to ask about, you know what I mean? And I feel like you're very open anyway. So when it comes to like the surgery side of things, like it just seems very like just terrifying to me.
Yeah,
right.
It's so interesting. I really didn't think twice about it. I was just
no,
like,
that was natural,
yeah.
right? For you, it's a natural thing, and like so, and then the post-op or whatever, like it was easy healing.
Yes.
It was super easy.
I had like my first surgery was actually bottom surgery when I was like 21.
Wow.
It was available in San Francisco. I went to a trans woman who was a surgeon. Shout out to Marcy Bowers.
Yeah.
That was like a really eye-opening experience too, because I was like, you know, this is how I want my life to be. I think a sidebar is that our world sort of fetishizes trans women at the same time as they ostracize trans women, which I think was really hard to come to terms with as a young person. On the one hand, there's people who are really aggressively pursuing me. And on the other hand, I see a society that doesn't necessarily understand why they're so fascinated with trans people.
It's so obsessed.
Like the craziest thing to me, because
Yeah.
I think all people just kind of want to live. And
Yeah.
I feel like people are just lacking empathy left and right about like people's experiences. And it's not just trans women that suffer when trans women are being attacked in this way, especially because like you're in wrestling, right? Remember China?
Yeah.
Or like, it's like, especially nowadays, I feel like cis women probably get called a man more than trans women.
I get called a man all the time.
All the time. And I
All the
think
time.
it's like, what is up with our society? And like a strong woman is a man.
Yes.
No, you can't just be a strong, fierce woman.
No, I would get it all the time. Like I would post videos, pictures, and then they'd be like, are you a trans woman or whatever? And I'm just like, you know what? Trans women look fucking fantastic. So yeah, I'll take it. I don't
It's
give a
just
fuck.
because you're beautiful. It's like you can't be beautiful. Oh, so it's a crime to be beautiful now.
Yeah, exactly. I pay to look this. Yeah, I just fucking. Who gives a fuck? You know, and so
Exactly.
people do obsess over it. That's why I wanted to ask you, like, how you're dealing with that, with the world. Right
I've
now.
been feeling recently sort of like I'm living in spite.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Haters are going to hate. I'm just going to keep living and like spreading joy, because I think at the end of the day, we have this life that we're here on earth, and it's very precious and finite time. And as long as I can respond, it's like I can't control the things that are happening, but I can control how I react to them.
Exactly.
And my reaction is to not like spiral. When I was younger, I think I took it personally. That's why I was like into like doing a lot of drugs, drinking away the problems. And now I'm like, honestly, being sober, I'm able to just sort of be like, okay, girl, like I don't really, this is not going to affect me how it did before.
Yeah.
And my life is just going to keep growing and be better because of it. And what I can do is sort of be in service to the world and inspire other young trans people to just live their lives. And I think that's so important.
I love it. I love the message that you give, and you're so open about it too. And you just seem very genuine. Like you really do want to help.
Yes.
A
Oh
lot
my God.
of
Well,
people.
because I've had friends pass away, trans women. I've had at least 3 different women that I know personally, like very close women, pass away very early. And I think it's always hard when your friends die. And I think right now it's sort of this underlying epidemic within a lot of communities is like people overdosing or people taking their own lives through substances. And I just feel like having lost some friends, I don't want that to happen to any other people. I just want everyone to know that they are loved and that life can be okay. Even if it's not like the best, it's still okay.
I think I love you. I think I'm in love with you.
I love you.
I just keep flirting with you. I'm so sorry. No, but I love that so much, and people need a voice, and they need a strong voice, and I feel like you're doing just that.
Thank you.
Look, life's chaotic enough. Making money move shouldn't be. And that's why I use Cash App. It's fast, it's secure, and it actually feels like it's made for me. No bank account? Who cares? You can get started without one. No hoops, no hassle, just straight up tools to help you cash in and keep it moving. And here's the part I rate the most. Sending money doesn't feel sketchy. Cash App's on guard. If something seems off, they'll literally hit you with a warning before you send anything shady. It's like having a little badass bodyguard watching your wallet. I love that for me. Cash App makes it so easy to split bills, pay back friends, or even request the exact amount someone owes you. Plus, who even needs to say, I'll get you next time, when you can just split the bill right there on your phone? And the perks? With a Cash App card, you get exclusive free sales for artists like Kendrick Lamar, SZA, Future, and Metro Boomin. You'll get discounts on things you're probably already buying. All that with no hidden fees, baby. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services are provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Certain Bank, member FDIC. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to get free money. For real, there's no catch. Just download Cash App, use our code Rulebreakers, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 right in your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. See this episode's description for important product disclaimers. You were talking about like addictions and stuff. Did you have an addiction?
Yes. I was fully like, I first dabbled with sobriety when I was 26, and I
that was early,
completely sober for like 2.5 years, and then COVID happened, and I was like, okay, like I'm out. I went back and I started doing like drugs. I was doing a lot of coke. I was drinking a lot. And it was so hard. I quit drinking first, actually, again. But it was so hard to quit drugs, actually, at the end of it, after being sober and then not being sober. And so now I have over a year from drugs, over 2 years from alcohol. And I feel like, oh my God, like, duh, I remember now. Like, this is where I was at before. And I'm so happy that I'm here again. And I'm like able to actually maybe impact the world more. Like, my platform's grown, so now it's really important that I feel like I talk about it.
So you talk about it a lot?
I talk about it a lot, especially because I think it's an epidemic that people aren't aware of.
Yeah.
With like the especially queer community, it's like there's just so many things that are happening to us all the time that we're just like running into drugs and alcohol, and I just think it's like hurting the community boots.
Yeah, and it's bad now because we did a lot of drugs back in the day, and I used to drink a lot too, like a lot. And yeah, coming off the coke was difficult. Percocets was difficult. When I had my boob job, when I was like sober, and I think I took like one pill, right, Joey? And then I didn't do it anymore because I was like, I don't want to get addicted. And I was so proud of myself because I was like, damn, like I would crush that shit up and like snort it. You know what I mean? I loved it. But then, I was really proud of myself. And now I won't even take over the counter, like even ibuprofen or anything like that.
You're hardcore.
Yeah, I can't. I have an addictive personality. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, right? This past weekend, I went to Coachella and I got a vape. And I was like, I'm not going to drink, but I'm going to do a vape. I'm being honest with people right now, okay? Because they're going to see it in some videos or whatever. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. And I have a very addictive personality, right? So I had this vape, and then my dog got sick, and I was using every excuse whatsoever to keep hold of this vape for the past couple of days. And my excuse right now is, I'll wait for the battery to run out, which is not battery, the liquid to run out, and it's very short. But that's what I'm afraid of, is that I have such an addictive personality that if I take something, I will get addicted to it like that, because I do. That's what happens. But with the alcohol, it was a little bit harder to stop. And now even like we went to the UK and stuff like that. And the UK, have you been to the UK?
I've been.
So like the culture over there is drinking.
It's very drinking culture.
Yeah. And so I remember going over there in August, and I was so proud of myself because I was like, damn, I wish I could take you guys on a pub crawl and drink, and I miss it. But and it's weird, like you can have a long time being sober, but you'll still have moments, and it's okay.
Yes.
I like to say it's okay because people kind of feel guilty for having those moments, but as long as you don't act on it, it's fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're humans. And
we're humans.
The experience is like, yes, like, honey, we were on drugs.
Yes.
We was on drugs.
Fucked up.
And now we're not.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, you know what? I remember when I was on drugs.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait, actually, what would happen though is probably death eventually.
No, because now with all these pills, because if you get them off the street and stuff like that, they're filled with like fentanyl, and it only takes like a tiny amount, and then you're done. Or they fill it with like artificial stuff like powder for your washing and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or flour or something like that. They just cut it with something else. So you never know what you're going to get, which is the dangerous part, which is why like probably some of your friends, or some of my friends have passed away because of what they're putting inside it.
Yes. And I think it's the depression like that can happen after. It's just, I don't want to be there anymore. I definitely don't want to be there. I'm living my life. Mama. Like,
you just seem so happy. I can't imagine you being like.
It gets dark. Yeah. And I think that's why I'm sober. It's because I'm like, I don't want to go there.
That's good.
I don't want to feel that way anymore.
Yeah.
And so I'm so happy because I don't feel that way.
No.
But I do know like how quickly, it might not happen immediately.
Yeah.
But in a few months and then I'll be depressed again. And so I'm like, no.
It really does. Like the depression part was like the worst. worst part for me. Like, I agree with you 100% because you go really, really low. You do. And then you feel like you have to keep doing more so you don't hit that low.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It's a cycle.
It is a cycle.
It's a cycle. And, you know, if anybody's listening and you need help, like, just reach out and, like, find the help. Because I think we would rather have you here than have you gone, girl.
Exactly. And I my therapist would always say about the community, you know, the best thing to have around you is the people around you. Because like you can have someone that's very negative for you, or you can have people like my friends over here that have like helped me throughout the, you know, the last decade, you know, and that's the most important thing. And people forget that these people love and support you. We do forget.
Yes.
We do. We get into
because you're in it. You're just, you're not really seeing what's happening. You're just in it.
Exactly. And then you completely forget. And then you think that no one likes you, no one wants to be around you, you know, and it's like this means, like you said, cycle that you have going around in your head, you know, and then eventually you snap out of it. It's weird.
Yeah. Like
you just
the
need
negative
to like
self-talk.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
Yes. Yes, it does. Even now, negative self-talk, you know, like I think it's in the business that we're in and we get criticized a lot. We get judged a lot with whatever we're doing. If we're too big, too small, too like whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you have too much makeup on today, or you have too less makeup on today, or, you know, we're constantly being judged we're under a microscope constantly. And I'm assuming you're probably getting the same thing in your industry.
Sometimes, yes. And the weirdest thing is like people that are like supposed to be your fans who are like crazy. I have like the craziest comments on some of my videos from people that I'm like, I thought you said you were a fan of my work. So why are you being so mean to me?
Yes.
Like, don't be mean to me.
No, seriously. I've said that before. And they're just like, oh, it's like, I've said it on someone else's podcast. I'm like, people could be so cruel. And they're just like, they'll respond by being like, it's just tough love. You know, I'm like, we don't need to do that though.
Or like, you asked for this by having a platform.
Yes.
And girl, like, now who'd ask for that?
Yeah, exactly.
No, Diva, I just happen to be an iconic personality. Like, I didn't ask to be this. God made me this way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. People think fucking crazy. Dude, oh my gosh.
Don't you think it's like been a change? Like I feel like previously it was rougher in the streets.
Yes.
And now it's rougher in online than it was in the streets.
Online is really bad.
I'm like the online, the girls need therapy.
Yeah.
As we said, circling back, the girls need therapy and the girls need to take a chill pill.
Yes. They're just crazy. And especially on certain platforms, like Twitter's the worst, obviously.
I don't have one of those.
Good.
I think it's dark-sided and wrong.
Oh, it is. It is. It is like a lawless swamp on there. It is the dark web. It is awful. And like, you know what's really shitty about it is that followers are so important to business nowadays. So the fact I have like over 2 million on Twitter and I can't take it away because it's like a business card. And like, that's the important thing on there, right? So like, as much as I hate it, like sometimes like, you know, I've got you to post on there before, Raquel, because I'm just like, people can be so fucking mean for no reason. And like, it's given them access to say these things to you. So I tell people to delete social media off the phone, or like I get Joey or Raquel to post for me one day if I'm like not feeling it, you know, or if people are just attacking me for whatever reason. Like you could breathe wrong and people are just like, you fucking bitch. Or you could do something for a charity and be like, we noticed you didn't do it for this charity, so you're a piece of shit.
They're
you know?
crazy.
They're insane.
But you know what? They don't have lives. And that's really, and you know, actually, let me rephrase this. I empathize with everybody in the world who is going through it and has to come at us. Well, it's hard. I know it's hard out here for a PIMP, so I get it.
You know what? You're so positive, and I love that because I'm just like, fuck you. And then you're just like, you know what? I have empathy for you.
I get it. Well, I get it because like if my life was sad, what else would I be doing?
Yeah.
But being a hater.
Yeah.
But my life isn't sad. And so read it and weep.
Yes.
My best revenge is my paper.
Yeah. I love you. No, but it's a good mentality to have. Like, and it's hard to keep that mentality sometimes, I'm assuming.
Gosh, yes. Well, you know what's funny is like, I don't have a Twitter, but I post on Instagram and people like repost my videos from TikTok and Instagram onto Twitter and stuff. And so like things I'll make will go viral on Twitter without me even knowing it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So you know what? The work is being done.
Yeah.
I feel like personally, I don't want to be on there. Like that's not my tea. That's not my spirit or my ministry. I'm not there, but I can see, you know, its benefits, but I don't go there.
Fuck Twitter. Yeah, suck on that bitch.
Yeah, X.
Yeah. Let's change the subject to more spiritual stuff.
Okay.
So we were talking earlier.
Get into the spirit.
Yes.
Shut up.
So I wanted to ask you, because I got in this conversation with this dude yesterday about like
spirituality
and all that kind of stuff. And I was saying that I believe in like reincarnation, or our subconscious or our consciousness goes into something else next. I don't think like that's it.
Oh no, we're eternal.
Yes. So you believe that?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay. So talk more about like your spirituality, so everyone can understand like
What my
who
beliefs are,
you are.
who I
Yes.
am.
Yes.
Okay. I have this like fantasy, don't know if it's real or not, but who cares? Is that I was like a part of the sun at one point. Like that's my vibe. Either I could return there or something, because I think it would be so fab to just be like a piece of energy.
Yeah.
Like, your life, you're just like, like all day long, like just screaming.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if you were just like eternally screaming?
Wait. You're killing everyone in
Like,
here right now.
I'm so serious. Like, I just imagine being like a particle somewhere. And like, we don't know what the particles sound like to them. You like, to us, it's just like, oh, like it's a particle. But like if your whole life is being a particle, you're probably like, oh God, well, this is so fun. But, yes. And so I think that's what I wanted.
It's like a herd by side.
When I reincarnate, I would rather be that or a tree. Because I also think trees probably have like, they
live forever.
They're like breathing in, they're breathing out, they're decomposing. Like they're probably thinking. They're probably, you know what? Imagine we're trees, and then we're having this fantasy of being people, but we're actually trees. You get it?
Yeah. So we're like a vision. Right now?
Like this right now is a vision, because we're actually trees rooted in the ground, and we wanted to experience what it would be like to walk around. So
I want to be where the people are. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mermaid. Also, I could be a mermaid.
Yes.
In my next life. Oh my God. Imagine we like lived in the ocean. Dolphins are pretty smart.
They are. They're also very aggressive.
Yeah.
They're crazy. But I would also want to experience being a dolphin for sure, because they are majestic. Yeah.
I would love being a squid.
A squid? Why a squid? You're killing everybody.
Like a giant squid that can go like super deep, and there could be like there could be like a whole city of giant squids underground or underwater that we don't know about.
Do you think? Oh, actually, that gets me.
Ocean.
The deep ocean. So.
Do you spiral about that?
Yes.
Me too.
So do we think that there's aliens down there?
Yes.
I think so too, because why did we just stop exploring it? What do we only like explore like 4% of it, and all of a sudden we're just like, oh no.
They can't even get down there. It's the T.
They can't get down there.
They can't even get down there.
Oh, they'll like implode.
The things. Remember when the people were trying to go to explore the deep ocean, and they never came back?
No.
And then we were like,
well,
in that submarine, remember? Was
yeah,
like the drama of the submarine thing?
Yeah. Well, don't you think that we have the capability nowadays to like make something to even explore
space.
It? We can go out of this orbit.
Katy Perry and
they
Gayle
just
King.
said Katy Perry for fucking 8 minutes, dude. Oh my God, that whole thing killed me.
Honestly, she's the queen of a PR stunt.
Oh, she loves that shit. Yeah.
I would go to space for 8 minutes for PR. Sorry, America. You got me.
But do you think she actually went to space?
Yes,
you think
I believe it. I think we can go up that high.
I think so too.
And then come back down. But back to the oceans.
Yes.
We can't go that deep. So maybe there's like a black hole or a portal in the ocean that's somewhere else. That would be so crazy.
It would. I just feel like there is something down there, and like NASA, because that was their whole point, right? Is to explore the ocean. And then they said, nah, we're going to go up in space instead. I feel like something happened down there.
Right.
And for some reason, they don't want to tell the general public. I don't understand why they don't want to share that information with us.
What if our whole lives are a lie? And just everything is in the ocean, and we don't have no idea. And there's something down there that would change our whole lives.
100%. And my mom said this to me. She loves this kind of stuff too. She said every 100 years, the government has to share secrets with the public. And she said within the next year is when they have to like release files of like their findings and stuff like that. Oh. So maybe like we might find something out, but it's every 100 years. For some reason, it's in like the is it the Constitution? I don't fucking know, but like something,
they said aliens were real. Didn't they say that there's proof of aliens just a few years ago? So I believe it. If they're ready to share that now, then I'm sure there's much more that
I was spiraling like maybe like 5 months ago. Remember when we saw Raquel's like those. I was like, no, something's going on, you guys. There's fucking aliens in the sky. Like, I look crazy right now, but this is like a legit thing.
I don't think you're crazy. I'm
Thank you.
fully there. And if people think we're crazy, well, that's fine.
This is why you're my new best friend and girlfriend.
No sweat off my back, babes. We got this.
Yes,
girl.
It's a trip though. It really, and I find it so interesting. Like I like the unknown.
There's so much that we don't know.
Exactly.
And I kind of like that.
I like it too.
I don't need to know everything.
Well, I did DMT before, right? Do you know what
Okay.
DMT is?
I know DMT.
Yeah.
I know like Terrence McKenna. He's
Yeah.
this like practitioner of DMT. Mhm.
So the whole point of it is it's supposed to like tap into that side of the brain. Like it releases like before you die, you know, where everyone says that they see a bunch of visions or their life flashes before their eyes. It unlocks like a part of that brain, right? And I wanted to do DMT because like my ex was into it, but also I'm like, I'm interested to know like what kind of messages the aliens have for us, right? Okay. So they say aliens talk to you and that's what made me want to do it, right? So it was like on my birthday, like a few years ago. And we were just in the backyard, just me and my ex at the time. And it's just like this plant that's all crushed up or whatever. It's not like the ones you do in Mexico where you drink the drink and
Like,
then throw up.
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah. So it's the point before you throw up, you get, you know. Anyway, so we have like this bong and I take a couple of hits and stuff like that. And it's the craziest hits you can take. It's insane. I was like, I feel like I'm going to fucking die. This is great. And then once you're on the ride, you can't get off. Like it's
So you're
insane.
there.
Oh yeah. So then all of a sudden like it hits me, right? It's crazy. And then I start shooting through like this tunnel. And you know, like a kaleidoscope thing with like all these images, you're going through like this tunnel and then you hear like monks being like, ooh, like behind, like next to your ears and shit like that. It's crazy. And then I can hear my boyfriend at the time's like voice and it's just saying, calm down, relax, everything's gonna be okay. Cause I felt like I was choking. I was like, like going through this tunnel, like doing this. He said he never spoke to me. I wasn't doing this, but I was just like in my head, I was like, like this, I was like freaking out. And like, he was telling me to calm down. Eventually I did calm down. And then I get to the end and you know, the Egyptian queen with like the big headpiece. So she was at the very end and she was telling me everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. And I was just like, yes. So it was like, it was crazy and it only lasts for about 8 minutes and then you're done and then you just like snap out of it. But when you wake up, everything is just like much more like brighter. Everything's really nice. You're exhausted. I was like, that's not something you do over and over and over again.
No,
although some people do it over and I'm like, I don't know how
Did
you
you
do
learn
it.
anything about yourself in it or like what?
Oh my God, that I wanted to do again because I was like,
Period.
like only because the first experience is like, you don't know what to expect and it's kind of scary. But it's a positive experience. But I would like to do it again so then I could really like explore a little bit.
Right.
You know?
Without being scared. Because
Exactly.
yours your first time, you're like, I'm scared.
I'm terrified.
I had a trip like that on salvia. No, I would never do it again. But
Wait,
it
is
was
salvia weed?
Salvia is like, it's like a lesser strong kind of same
Oh, okay.
psycho whatever.
Yeah.
Hallucinogenic
yes.
type teas. So I did salvia. This is in San Francisco in the park. And in Dolores Park, I smoked salvia and I had this experience. I felt like I was falling through mirrors, like going into multiple realities.
I love hearing this
and
stuff.
also heard the voices and they were like, let it go. And I was like, okay. And my friend said, so I said, okay, sure, whatever, I let go. And then once I let go, I just like released, fell through the mirrors and then I came to and I was on the ground in the grass. And my friend said that I just was like this and I just dropped.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh my God, like I fully went somewhere, but I fell through mirrors. And then after that, it made me really think like, oh yeah, we like are in just a version of reality. There's like multiple realities.
Multiverses. I believe there's a multiverse.
Well, you want to hear my most fringe theory is that, like you said, we never die, but also our consciousness, like here, like our friend, like we could have passed on in different realities, but our consciousness is always aware that we're alive.
Yes.
So like if we died in a different reality, we would just be in a new one. So we never actually die.
Yes.
So I'm like, oh, like I definitely feel like I have echoes of other lifetimes where I've done different things.
Yeah.
But like I'm in the one where I'm like alive and I'm like sickening and beautiful and serving cunt.
I believe in multiverses and I've seen like more videos about people that have experienced it recently. Like this woman and her kids were like in a car and then all of a sudden they're like, they get home, get to their bed, they're in their bed, go to sleep, wake up in the hospital. And they were like, what happened? They were like, you got in like this crazy car accident. And she was like, what are you talking about? We're in bed, we're home. Like that never happened. And they're like, no, like your fucking kids are in the ICU. Like it was insane. She was like, what are you speaking about? And the kids don't even remember it either. They're just like, we went home. You know what I mean? Like we laid in bed, we got out the car. And so like everyone is experiencing like these crazy like blips where they're like somewhere and then they're somewhere else recently. And I'm like, I want to believe it because I feel like there is some kind of multiverse. And I feel like there was like someone came out and said that there was a multiverse.
I believe it down. And
I
you know
believe it
what?
too.
I've had the experience where I feel like I can like move, like, you know, your consciousness, whatever, we wake up, it's like part of manifesting the world you want to live in is just like moving into it. And so
Yes.
I truly believe that I've been able to sort of move my consciousness to the one where things are like better. Also, I was thinking like there's levels. I watched this video about like synergy and entropy, where entropy is where things are like chaotic and messy and it's scary, and like synergy is when the world is like beautiful and bright and happy. And like currently, like we're on a version of Earth that's like splitting, and that's why there's so much different things that seem like are currently concurrently happening on this Earth. It's very dualistic because it's literally two separate realities happening at the same time on one place.
That's so interesting.
I get deep into that type of
That's so interesting.
video, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense, because I think like I truly don't understand. Like, I feels like a completely different mentality to be like super negative all the time and like hate life. I don't get it, and I don't really feel like I want to be mad at people for being different than me. Even people that like have completely opposite beliefs than me, I'm like, well, I don't think that they deserve to die. I'm just like, you know, like, it's crazy that they think that. And so I feel like the opposite. I don't feel like I'm in that world. I feel like I'm moving towards like the loving, happy, beautiful world.
This is a video?
Yes.
You have to send this to me.
I'll send it to you. It's
super
Synergy. It's
interested.
like, it's called, Synergy. It was like Old School or something on YouTube. Speaking of DMT, you have to get into Terrence McKenna.
Terrence McKenna? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's I've heard of Terrence McKenna.
He's like, he was like on the psychotropics and like, but like talking about our universe and reality, and he was like super huge, and then he passed away in like 2001. But like there's a video where he's in Hawaii and he's going off about like where our reality is moving, and he was so right. He was like ahead of the curve talking about people having multiple genders and like our world changing and technology integrating into our lives. Like he was talking about
So he was like predicting it in a way,
because he got shown the vision on DMT.
Wow, dude, I'm definitely interested in that. So send that to me too. I got in a conversation. So I actually went to San Francisco this weekend. I got talking to this guy at the little airport, right? And he was just saying, he was talking about signs, star signs and stuff. And he was asking me my sign or whatever. And I said, do you believe in that kind of stuff? And he was just like, well, he was like, our body is like 70% water. So like, you know, the moon can change stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I didn't think of it ever like that before. So yeah, of course our thing, like our signs can be as realistic as or as genuine or whatever as we want them to be, because I mean, our body
if
is
a solar flare can change our weather. Why wouldn't it be able to change us and our brains?
And I didn't think about it before, and I was just like, holy crap, you just blew my mind. Like, I've never thought about that. We're 70% more.
That.
Yeah.
It's so real.
I've been bumping into a lot of people recently that have been talking about, like, to me about this stuff, and I really enjoyed it. I've always been into, like, aliens and multiverses and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to signs and stuff, I'm, like, learning more and more about it, and I find it so fun. And before I was just like, whatever, it's not that accurate, it can't be, right? Like, how do we like calculate when our parents gonna have sex and then pop us out, right? But yeah, it's nothing to do with like it's just the fucking energy in our water and all that kind of fucking stuff that's in our body, and it just blew my mind, dude. I was like, okay, I'm becoming a firm believer in it.
I'm, like I said, esoteric doll.
Yes. I'm learning for
unknown.
You. Yeah. Yes. I love the unknown though. That's what makes it so exciting. Like people are like of course death is scary for sure, but it's fascinating in a way where I'm just like, well, I want to know what happens next. So I don't think it just goes black and then that's it. You're in the dirt and then you don't ever exist anymore. I like to believe that, we just transfer into something else, or like say, like, I think that we've had previous lives before. Like, you think you were a particle in the sun.
Yes.
Right?
I also think that this is probably one of my last versions of being, like, on Earth, because I just find it so different to me. I'm like, this is just, like...
So you think you're going to be up in the atmosphere of,
I think I'll be something else after this. Like,
what
I
do
don't
you
think
think
I'll be a person again. I don't know. I think it could be a different version of, like, how people could live in harmony. It could be a different thing. I might be, like... look like a tree. I had a dream once. Oh, my God. We're really getting there. I had a dream once where... I was like part human or like had like, you know, consciousness in a human, part tree and part AI. Like, and I had the like part of me, the human part of me was sick. And then the AI part of me like wrote the script for the tree to like grow the actual medicine for me. And so I was like all of these things at once. And I was like, that seems like an interesting way of being.
I feel like that's really interesting. You know, where people are just like, your dreams are messages. And then it's like something like that where it's like crazy. But I think that probably exists outside
Somewhere,
of Earth.
yeah.
I think so. I think like we can't be the only thing here. That would be so arrogant of us to think that, right? That we're the only living Earth on this in this universe, right? And we don't know where the end is or where it goes or whatever else is out there. But I would love to find out, and I would like to be alive. I mean, we will be alive, just somewhere else, right?
Yes.
But at least in this consciousness, right, where we figure out what else is out there. It's in the ocean, but
something's in the ocean, something's in the sky,
and
something's inside of our hearts.
Yeah. I love you so much. We actually, so there was some pop culture questions that Adam wrote down, which is not as interesting as me talking, but go on. Adam, you want to ask her these questions? Go on. You've done nothing this fucking episode.
You guys have I have no notes.
I know, we're having
You've done
great
really
time.
well with this.
Here.
We're like getting into the tea.
I had a lot of questions I'm not going to get into because now we've moved past a lot of this.
Oops. Okay.
This is good. I think we've taken a good direction here.
This is a great episode. I'm
This is a
having
great
so much
episode.
fun with this episode. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it.
I'm having so much. It's so good. I'm telling you, like, I'm keeping this as part of the episode, but like, there's been obviously episodes where everyone's been great. It's just been different. It's just like, I feel like talking to you is very easy and genuine. I'm talking about my interests too, like, and we're on the same page, and I'm in love with you.
To talk to and easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
So.
I just keep eye fucking her across the thing. All right, Adam, fine.
Okay, back to the questions at hand.
Speaking to one of your points before, Star, about how culture and there's this obsession and fixation on
the dolls.
Helping understand, like, okay, where are we in queer coded pop culture? And there's a lot of different elements that are coming to play right now in that. And, you know, I'm curious from a music and performance perspective, how are we feeling about Chappell Roan? What about Charlie XCX in terms of her rise and position on this? Like, how are they perceived in the space as it fits into pop culture?
Well, I have a complicated thought about that. And I like them both.
Yeah.
I think that, like, it's interesting. There's a version of, like, queerness that is, like, carefree and happy, but, like, there's a certain type of person that's able to have that be their brand. So, like, you look at them and they're, like, two conventionally attractive white girls. And I think being able to identify with something that's different, I think as a culture at large, people are more easily able to identify with something that feels different, that's like in the same package as what is familiar. And so, like, a Brat Summer is like great, and I'm happy that she had that like rise. It's like really awesome because I'm sure she worked really hard. But I think that also at the end of the day, they're like cis white women, so it doesn't really shake up anything or make it like super different. And I think I would love for there to just be more. I think it's so great that they became so successful. I think we just need more sort of queer representation. That is just people being themselves. Like when I went viral, the first video, there was like people that didn't even realize that I was trans. And I loved that because I was like, we do live in a world though that to like make yourself successful, you have to hit those like bullet points and the like, you have to sort of distill yourself into talking points instead of just being a person that is like super well-rounded and different. And even those young women have had to really like hone in on one specific version of themselves to the world. And Chappell is a prime example of like that being really stressful when you like are just a single version that people sort of take. Then when you want to just be yourself, you are like not allowed to. And she's obviously sort of spoken out about that of like, I'm a person, I'm not like this concept. And I think it happens to like all of us, especially as women. I think we're super just distilled into whatever version is the most marketable version of us. And it doesn't encompass our like full lives. And I think that is a detriment to our society.
I think they're talented women. I'm not the biggest fan of them, only because, I mean, I'm a big fan of Chappell Roan, like her personality. Because I was like, I appreciate a woman who stands up for herself and is just like, I don't need to sign a fucking autograph for you. Okay. I don't need to do that, you know, and people attacked her for it or whatever the case may be. But I like a woman that stands up for herself, right? Even if I agree with it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm not a big Chaperone fan music wise.
Right.
But Charlie XCX, like I saw her this weekend at Coachella, and I appreciate what she does. I think obviously she's doing something right because she has a big fan base and stuff like that. To me, I cannot get into it. Like when I watched her perform, like I was just like, this isn't something that I would listen to on a weekly basis, or it didn't come across as genuine to me.
Right.
So I was like, I feel like she's trying really hard, or sure. And then the British accent was kind of like cranked up a little bit.
Yes.
So in my ears, I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, there was a lot. I just didn't think it come across as genuine. When I see women, like, if you're talking about like, you know, cis white women, I think Lady Gaga does a really good job at that. I think she's amazing. And like, I think whatever she does is like very genuine to who she is. And she's very outlandish and like she has a lot of charm to her. But I see someone like Charlie XCX and I'm like, I don't believe you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that she's been in the industry for so long.
Yeah.
And I think she's probably really wanted it.
Sure.
So however she was going to get there, she got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I empathize, again, like I said, I kind of empathize with the struggle of like trying to bubble through and break through. And so she did in like a really big way. Do I listen to the music all the time? No, not at all. There's some remixes that I really like, and I'll play it out in the club because I know people enjoy it. I'm excited for both of them to see what happens when they're like 40. I'm so curious about our world, like what that's going to look like when we're 40, or like when these young women are 40. I'm just like, I wonder how they will continue to make music and be true to themselves, or
how they adapt and
how
change.
they adapt. Because I think how it is right now, it's probably not sustainable.
No.
And so that's probably really hard to deal with. I already saw articles talking about, are we going to have a resurgence of Brat Summer?
Yeah.
And people like on comments talking about the idea of like, well, Mariah Carey has like Christmas, so maybe Charlie XCX can have the summer.
It's
and
not the same though, is
gosh,
it?
what a lot of pressure.
It is pressure, and I do feel for them in that way. But yeah, it just, when I was watching it, my friend Raquel was there, and Heather actually, and I was just like, this doesn't feel genuine to me. And I feel like some people kind of pick at, you know, they use queer culture as a way to get ahead, in my opinion. Maybe not those women. I'm not trying to point fingers, but
I think Charlie is not queer.
No.
I think Chapel is. And I saw Chaperone perform in someone's backyard like before she blew up, and it was sickening. Honestly, like the show was really good. And so I was like, oh, like that, she's got like vocals and performance. Yeah. And so for me, like the show eats. Like I would watch it. Like I would go to a Chaperone show. I also think that she was really purposeful when she was coming up to include like local drag queens and like trans people and stuff in her opening acts. And I think like that's what I recently saw, this like protect the dolls sort of like aesthetic.
I saw that movement. Yeah.
And I think, I don't know if that's necessarily what we should be doing. We really should be like connecting dolls with opportunities and helping people, because a lot of us can protect ourselves. And I think I understand the point of it is to show like, oh, we support you, or we're your allies. And I'm like, the real ally move is like realizing that you can open the door for people, because the doors are not like, people think that it's like, oh, like whatever opportunities that they have that they fought for, like, oh, it was so hard. Imagine being like a trans woman in America or like in these other countries, like even harder to even get through the door. And so just opening the door or introducing people to each other, it's like you can change someone's life. Like I've been lucky enough to have friends that like open the doors for me, that I'm like, oh my God, like this is the thing. Actually, it's like interpersonal.
Yeah. They can actually show you and do something physical about it, instead of just being like, here's Trans Life Matter in my bio, or Protect Dolls' Lives in my bio. Like, yes, you can do that, but you should do something, like get out there in the field and actually do something.
If you know some trans women and you know some opportunities, like help the girls out, because a lot of trans women, especially when I was younger, it's like sex work is like one of the only options you might have. Or like if you're getting in, and I'm not anti-sex work, I support sex workers, but if that's your only job, the only option that you have, it's kind of hard, because you like, if you want to do something else, then you might not be able to do it because you're only able to do like one type of work. And I think I know lots of people right now are struggling because we're sort of in a recession. And I think it's like, just helping each other is the best way.
Yeah. Now we move on to the segment.
Now you're gonna shock me or something? Or?
No, yeah, not this time, right? No shock collars, right?
No, I didn't sign up for the shock collar.
No shock collar.
I thought that would be bad PR for me. I was like, bro, if I imagine I'm on the shock collar on the video, I'm like,
It was gonna
now
be
my
a
pussy's
Russian
wet,
neck.
something crazy on camera. Everybody's like, "What's wrong with this bitch?" Like, no.
To be fair, Saraya, there's one episode where Saraya kept getting shocked, and she was just like, "My ass is sweating so much, I can't take this anymore."
No, bro, I'm already
Trolling, it was a whole fucking thing.
No, like
Oh
you're getting
my-
shocked at the end.
No. I'm actually not. It's nice to take a break from being shocked, but we are doing food, right?
We are doing food.
Delivered. All right, Raquel, you want
What
to
are we
grab that food?
eating? What's eating?
Adam's gonna ask the lovely Star a bunch of trivia questions. If she gets them right, she doesn't have to eat anything. If she gets them wrong, she does. And if she gets them right, I have to eat it. But Joey's got a wheel right now and is gonna determine what exactly we're gonna eat when it's our time. Okay, so Adam, are you ready to ask us the questions?
Question 1. Beyonce recently kicked off her Cowboy Carter tour. What was she flying around the stadium in? A glittery horse, B, a mechanical bull, or C, a car?
I'm gonna guess C, a car.
That is correct.
Period.
Oh, really? I thought it was a glittery horse. I would have fucked that up. Oh, so I already
We're
eat.
going to
That's
tap
right.
to spin.
You're going to tap the spin.
Tapping
All right, tap
to
the
spin.
spinner. What is it?
Ooh, a century egg.
Oh,
egg.
no. Okay, I'm really good.
Ooh.
Glutton for punishment.
Well, girl, be careful, child.
Okay.
Oh, where's your camera? Ew.
Oh!
Oh!
Is it moldy?
What is
It's a
it?
century egg.
Oh, it's black as night. Is it good? It's salty.
For
It's
those
not
of
too
you
bad.
listening,
I feel like it doesn't look
Soraya
that
just took
scary to me, actually.
It just tastes like a regular egg.
Do I want to try it? No, but
there,
Do you want to just eat it anyway?
she's handed off to Star. Star is sniffing.
It's not bad.
it kind of just smells like an egg.
Yeah, take a bite. I'm to.
Get the question wrong.
Oh, are we going to spin it? I'll just wait.
Yeah, there's 10 questions. Question 2. In E.T., the extraterrestrial, what candy does Elliot use to lure E.T.? Is it A, M&M's, B, Skittles, or C, Reese's Pieces?
M&M's.
Answer C, Reese's Pieces.
Oh, your turn. Your turn.
okay.
All right, spin the wheel, baby.
All right, we're spinning the wheel.
Can I be a big man?
Silken tofu.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
easy. Okay, let's look at it. It's
She's she slurps it down.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, there you go. That was
right.
easy for you.
easy.
All right.
I like tofu.
You do?
That's really good to like put in a smoothie. If you were, yeah,
Really?
some protein in your smoothie.
Question 3. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are in a very dramatic legal battle after working in what movie together? A, The Age of Adeline, B, A Simple Favor, or C, It Ends With Us?
Well, I know the answer. C. It ends with us.
Go on then. What am I eating?
That is correct. Tapping to spin.
Oh, I just don't want the fish sauce. That's the one thing that's the gross.
Silken tofu.
Oh.
Oh, tofu. Yeah, down. Oh,
We need the same ASMR, Saraya.
it's not bad. Yeah.
Nothing like paper.
Tell the listeners how we feel about it.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like it's tofu. So if you're not tofu before, then yeah.
Yeah, tofu.
That's easy.
Easy peasy.
That's
All
the
right.
ink.
Question 4. 9 years ago today, Calvin Harris and Rihanna released This Is What You Came For. What famous singer helped co-write the song with
Taylor
Calvin
Swift.
Harris? Wow. You have to read.
Sorry.
I'm always been
That's
so
perfect.
No, I'll let you finish.
No,
Do you want to
you
read that?
nailed it. That's it.
I'll let you read out the questions next time.
No, it's
no,
good.
no.
It's good. It
I
makes
love
it
it.
even funnier. All right, what am I
Oh my
doing?
God. Silken tofu again.
Oh,
Come
easy.
on.
Yes. See, the algorithm, the AI is on our side today.
Question 5. Which iconic fashion designer stepped down as chief creative officer in 2025? A, Karl Lagerfeld, I'm gonna butcher these.
Lagerfeld, isn't that? Yeah.
B. Donatello Versace, or C. Giorgio Armani.
Well, it's Donatello Versace.
That is correct. Spin the wheel.
All right, go on then. Give me something else. That Oreo cookie looking good.
Well, you got yourself an Oreo.
Oh, you're psychic. The powers of your mind. Oh my God, I'm gagging. I want one.
You like throw up.
Question 6. What Star Trek series features Captain Janeway?
Oh my God. Easiest. Voyager. Did you not know that I'm obsessed with Star Trek?
She did.
I'm like Star Trek Voyager, down. Janeway. Honestly, slept on Captain, I have to say. I feel like people are like, no, because sometimes like real, like, Star Trek heads are like, oh, Voyager sucks. I'm like, actually, Voyager's fab. Love Janeway. Also, she has one of those like transatlantic accents, like talking in the movies, and I love that.
I love you.
Tapping to spin.
Go on then. The fish sauce is next. Imagine if I get that right. What is it?
Fish sauce and shrimp chips.
Oh my God. I'm like guessing this shit.
Okay.
Is this? Oh, that's foul, dude. That
What does it
smells
smell
so
like?
I
bad.
like, you know what? I like to put fish sauce on like noodles. It's
Yeah?
really good on like a noodle.
She's dropping some fish sauce on the shrimp chips.
No, not your tea.
Yeah, that's right. We don't like that.
What 1965 hit launched Cher and Sonny Bono into stardom? A. The Beat Goes On.
I feel like you're gonna know this.
B. I Got You, Babe. Or C. Baby Don't Go.
I got you, babe.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
Go on. What do we got?
What do you
Tapping
got
to
now?
spin.
More
We
salad
have
peas. If I guess that one, it's crazy.
more silk and tofu.
Oh, good.
Easy. That one's easy. I like wasabi peas. I actually had them as a snack before. That other thing looks kind of weird.
Question 8. Which actor who famously portrays a doctor on TV recently received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Is it A. Patrick Dempsey, B. Ellen Pompeo? What?
Pompeo.
Pompeo. Or C. Hugh Laurie?
Okay, they're all three of them played doctors. Two of which played doctors on that Shonda Rhimes show. What is it? Grey's Anatomy. And one was on his house. But I'm gonna guess it is A. Just gonna guess.
It is B. Ellen Pompeo.
Oh, congrats to Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah, congratulations. I do like her. All right.
Okay, what am I
Tapping
gonna
to
eat?
spin. We have dried anchovies.
Oh,
okay.
It's those middle ones right there, yeah.
What was that? It's like talking to okay, Nemo.
Is it good?
I don't hate it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, a little
Caesar
new
salad.
diet plan
A
over
little
here.
Caesar salad,
Yeah.
mama.
That was the best ASMR we've had all
Yeah, it
season.
was
That
great.
great.
You know what? They call me a professional for a reason.
Yeah, that's right, baby. She knows what she's doing with her mouth. Okay.
I've been told. Never got any complaints from me yet. Have I?
Have you? Yeah,
Have I?
No.
Question 9. What celebrity landed first place in People Magazine's 2025 beauty list? A. Pamela Anderson, B. Miley Cyrus, or C. Sabrina Carpenter?
I'm gonna guess Sabrina Carpenter just because she's trending.
Fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
This is the last question too, huh?
We got one more. After
Oh, there's
this.
one more.
Tap
Go
to
on then.
swin. Also, dried anchovies.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, you'll see now. What?
Cute. They are very cute. That's not too bad. It tastes very fishy, but yeah.
Question 10. On RuPaul's Drag Race, which queen is famously known for the catchphrase, "Not today, Satan"? Is it A. Bianca Del Rio, B. Latrice Royale, or C. Alyssa Edwards?
I was just letting you say the names. I already knew the answer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, like
Thank
so
you.
the audience
Thank
can,
you.
you know.
Yeah.
It's Bianca Del Rio.
Okay.
Tapping to spin.
Okay.
Oh, you get to end on Oreos.
Oh,
I think you should finish that
I
egg.
want one.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if we ever do Family Feud, you're coming.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
You want to try that egg?
Yummy.
That should be your new side gig, is ASMR.
How are my lips, babe?
They look great.
Good?
That was the end of this episode. Can you please let everybody know where they can find you, if you have any dates coming up, where they can see you?
There's an alley behind the bar. Oh, sorry. Wait, wrong. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Hi, I'm Star Amerasu. My Instagram is at Star Amerasu. My TikTok is star.amerasu. And my website is www.star1234.info.
And they told you to hide a shirt from me, which I really want to see. Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Camera. There?
There it
This
is,
is my camera?
baby. Connect the dolls to their dreams.
On
Yes.
the back, I have a bunch of silly little dreams that I potentially have had and or kind of just thought would be funny.
Yes. Can I read them out loud?
Yeah, you
This is
can
amazing.
read all the dreams that are possible, but
Okay.
don't let this stop you. You can dream big, you can dream small. All the dreams in the world you can have.
Dreams are a good therapist, your grandpa's will, reputable source of income, owning a home, having ice cream with Marilyn Monroe. Oh, that's a good one too. Winning Independent Spirit Award, being vice president of the board of directors at a multi-level marketing company. I just don't expect you to say that. Getting my ass ate under the Hollywood sign.
That one's a big one. Hard to do in this day and age. Hard to do, but I'm sure someone's done it.
Winning the lottery but spending it all on Pokemon cards. Oh. Sharing a vape with Hunter Biden.
I don't know. I just feel like that would be iconic. Like, imagine me, and we're just like, I'm like, okay, like, here's the vape. Like, I pass the vape to Hunter Biden. He hits the vape.
God.
He passes it back to me. We're shooting the shit. Suddenly, we're friends.
Yeah.
Then I'm
That's
getting
the
invited to the Biden family picnic. Now I'm with the Bidens. Everyone's like, oh, what's this? Who's this girl? I'm like, I'm Star High. Anyway,
It's
so.
amazing. I've been laughing so much that I get acid reflux in my fucking
Oh, no, I'm
reflux.
sorry.
Low stakes poker game, high stakes poker game, having a bicentennial party and becoming human, marrying rich, marry poor, starring in a remake of Breakfast at Tiffany's, being happy. These are great. There you go, guys.
Thank you.
Yes,
And
right.
you read that really well.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for my t-shirt. And
Thanks for
I
having
love
me.
to meet you. And now I get to be your girlfriend if you want me.
Now we are together. So
Yeah,
we go together. We go
did
together
it.
real bad.
We made the announcement. We're together. No, thank you so much for being here, babe.
Thank you.
Yeah. Star Amerasu is a reminder that being different isn't just beautiful, it's revolutionary. From surviving pain to reshaping reality, she's proof that we can imagine and build a better world. So, wherever you are, take this as your sign to live loud, feel deeply, and keep breaking the rules.
Who's breaking the rules?
Oh, who's breaking the
Pop
rules?
culture right now.
Okay.
Who do you think is out there breaking the rules and doing things differently?
Do you guys know who Hari Neff is?
But we
I
can
love
put...
Hari Neff. I feel like
Okay.
she's like an icon.
Okay.
She's doing things how she wants to do, and she's like a really good actress. And she's this trans woman actress, and she's really fab.
Okay.
I love her work. Shout out to Hari Neff.